Hello friends, welcome to Time with Thebsian. Today's topic is testing of biomedical devices for safety. Today we will see how medical devices are tested to make sure that safe for use. We know now that medical devices are made up of metals, plastics, carbon, natural fibers, or most of the materials that are available in the market today. Device manufacturers are able to procure materials with certificates. That means materials that are certified to be safe for manufacturing or fabricating a medical device. What are the possible hazards a medical device can pose? First hazard that can happen is that the medical device can leach something into the body of the patient. Or these leachables can react with the body tissue or body fluids. Body fluids are saline in nature and they can react with metals, or they can act as an extractant into which a medical device material can leach something. See, another hazard is a medical device can become an irritant to the body or to the place of contact. They can cause allergic reactions, they can make a sensitization reaction or even an anaphylactic reaction. Can a medical device initiate a tissue reaction? Take the case of heart valve or a stent which is in close contact with muscles of the heart or tissues of the heart or tissues of the vessels, blood vessels, in the case of a stent. Whether they can cause bleeding or hemolysis, whether they can cause clot of the materials or create corrosion at the site of implant. So, naturally, foreseeing all these hazards, the regulatory agencies has put up or set up a number of tests, namely a battery of tests that can find out whether there is any leachables in this medical device, whether this medical device will respond to the saline environment that is present in the body, or the device can become an irritant. And if you look into the history of medical devices, the United States Pharmacopoeia has taken this matter into consideration quite early, and they have drawn up a protocol to test whether the plastic containers or plastic tubings that are used to store medicines or drugs or supply drugs into the body can cause a problem or give a hazard to the patient. So it is United States Pharmacopoeia describes certain tests to find out the hazard nature of a medical device material or a material that is going into contact with medicines. So these tests are major consideration was given to plastics, that is plastic bags, plastic tubings, plastic bottles for medicines, etc. So in the USP, the plastics are divided into 6 classes. Class 1, simple tubings or bag materials. Then classes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 6th material is representing materials that go into the tissue of a device Or that, for example, is an IV catheter, urinary catheter. They are going to be in contact with the body for a pretty long time. In that case, we suggest that these materials undergo implantation test in the intramuscular test in rabbits. Otherwise, for leachables, these candidate materials are extracted with saline, then cottonseed oil, polyethylene glycol, alcohol, saline mixture at various temperatures, body temperature, high temperature, and at body temperature for longer time. And then these extracts are injected to see whether they will cause any systemic reaction in mice, irritation in rabbits or guinea pigs. So these are the simple tests that are suggested by the USP. See, we can think about leachables in other fields also. Take the case of a hip joint or materials that are going into the fabrication of dental materials, which are always in contact with saliva, and the hip joints. There the leachability is from the metals, that is titanium, vitalium and all that are well above the question of leachability, but certain alloys where nickel is present always give a question of leachable problem that is related to corrosion in the body. We know that the body environment has got saline as a basic liquid within the body. Even the blood has got lipids in that. So lipid is a very good leachant, especially from plastic materials, because the plastics are made from solid chips or powder, etc. By combining with more than 10 to 15 components, like phthalates for flexibility, then moldability, another chemical is added. Suppose the material has to be molded in a high temperature, then some other chemical to resist the high temperature of molding is added. So many characteristics are represented by so many additives. So even though you take the case of a simple polyvinyl chloride material, it may contain about 30 to 34 different materials when it is going to be fabricated. So in the case of flexibility also, the main component is phthalate. So rigidity and flexibility is decided by the percentage of phthalate present in the polyvinyl chloride material. If you want a fluffy material or a soft material, the content of the phthalates will be more. And some phthalates that are added to the polyvinyl chloride material is proven to be carcinogenic in a particular percentage of body weight. Then why PVC is important? PVC, it is flexible, it can be rigid, it can be molded into different types of configuration and consistency and tensile strength and flexibility. It's a very flexible material. That is why it is highly used. Especially polyvinyl chloride blood bags has helped the Second World War by supplying blood in the forward areas where it can be airdropped better than airdropping bottles of blood. So we have an idea now about the safety of the material and why simple tests are introduced to assure the safety of biomedical devices that we use. Hope we can see you next Friday. Welcome to Time with Thebsian.